Hello everyone, happy Halloween. I hope you're all having a great day, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this black cat squishy. And it is also a mirror. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy this tutorial, and also before I start I want to give you a tour of my room because as you can see I have put up some Halloween decorations and I have also decorated some other parts of my room, so I just wanted to give you a quick tour. And also as you can see I am wearing my skeleton shirt. And I'm also wearing this choker as well, and I got this from Poundland quite recently. And this shirt I actually didn't get recently. I got this I think a few months ago from a charity shop. And I'm also wearing these skeleton hair clips that I got from Wilko's, I think. So yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video and let's get started. So first of all, over here I have this garland, and it's just witches' legs, which I just thought was really funny. And I got this garland from the factory shop. And I just secured it to the bottom shelf just using tape. And it is pretty sturdy, it's only fallen down once. So I ended up adding quite a bit more tape to it just so then it wouldn't fall down again. And then over here I have this, which I got from Poundland. And it is just this old photograph or this old painting, I'm not really sure. But as you can see, when you move around, the face changes, which I think is really cool. And I think it is also very beautiful at the same time. And I just hung it up on one of these nails here, because I didn't really want to tape it or glue tack it to the wall. Just because I wasn't sure if the paint would come with it, if you know what I mean. And then over here on these 3 shelves, I decided to just put up some of this like black net fabric, or creepy cloth is what it was actually called. And I also got this cloth from the factory shop. And it did all come in one piece, but I ended up cutting it into 3 separate pieces so that way I could cover all 3 of my shelves. And I think it worked out really good. And then over here, this is probably my most favourite area just because I love how this all looks together. So over here I've just displayed some of my Halloween squishies. And you've seen these all before. And I've also displayed my new squishy as well that I've made in this video. And then I got this glass potion bottle from Poundland. And I really love the red colour, and also really like the skull on it. And then this I also got from the factory shop, and it is this skeleton water bottle, which I just thought was so cool. So as you can see, it is a water bottle, but I'm not even going to use it for water or any like drinks. I'm just going to keep it on display because I love it so much. And then down here I decided to place some of this fake spider web on the side of the drawers. And again, I really like how this looks, and I think the spiders look really realistic. And thankfully I haven't mistaken these for real spiders yet, because I'm terrified of spiders in, well, real spiders. And then lastly over here, I decided to just place a couple of decorations on my art desk. And I literally just placed these on here today just because I couldn't figure out where to put these two decorations. So these were kind of last minute. But over here I have another potion bottle that I got from Poundland. And this one has a really cool design on it. And this one has a bat on top. So I just thought these were really good, and also this was only £1, obviously. So I think this is really good for just £1. And then over here I have another potion bottle, but as you can see this one lights up, and it is also colour changing as well. And this is what actually inspired me to make my potion bottle squishy, if you remember from a couple of videos ago. And I said in that video that I still really wanted to get the actual potion lamp, and thankfully I did. And I got this from Sainsbury's. And this is probably my most favourite decoration out of everything. Just because I think it's so pretty and I love how it changes colour. And I left the label on it, as you can see. And yep, those are all of the decorations that I have in my room. And again, I'm just really happy with how it all looks. So first you want to start off by taking a piece of foam or a sponge, and you want to draw out two circle shapes that are the same size, just using a pen. And you can draw around something circular shaped if you want to. However, I didn't have to do that bit because, as you can see, the sponges are already in this circle shape. But if you don't have sponges like this, you can just do it that way and just make sure that they're both the same size. And by the way, I got these 2 bath sponges from a place called Savers, and I'm pretty sure you can also find them online as well. If you just search up round bath sponges or round baby bath sponges, then hopefully something should come up. And they just look like this, so they're already in the perfect shape. But again, if you don't have these, then you can just do it the other way, like I mentioned earlier. So now on to the next step. So next, as you can see, I've already finished rounding off one of the sponges. So it should be in a slight bun shape. It should have a curve all the way around it, if that makes sense. And you also want to do that for the other sponge as well. So what you want to do is you just want to take your scissors and you just want to trim very carefully around it like this. So just start off like this. And then what you want to do is you just want to start cutting around it some more, just like how I'm doing here. And make sure that your scissors are at a slight angle, so that way you can create a curved shape. So just keep doing that all the way around it, and then just make small snips with your scissors on the top like this. And just basically form it into a bun shape. So it should look like this. So I'm just going to finish this. So here is what they should look like once you've finished rounding them off. So they should both look like bun shapes. And it's okay if they still look a little bit flat on the top. Just try to round off around the circles as best as you can. So again, what you want to do is you just want to continue just to trim around it like this, and I'm just pretending to do it here. So just make cuts all the way around it like so, and then make really small cuts around the top to smooth it off and get rid of any marks left by the scissors. But it's also okay if it still has quite a bit of texture to it, because it is a cat, so it can have texture, I guess. So it can take a while to smooth it off completely, but I'm going to leave mine like this because it still has a bit of texture to it. So now moving on to the next step. So next what you want to do is you want to take your mirror and you want to place it in the centre of one of the sponges like this, and make sure that it's the side that isn't rounded off. And then you just want to trace around that with a pen, just to make a circle shape. And the mirrors I'm using here I got from Hobbycraft, and I'm pretty sure you can also find mirrors like this online if you just search up small round mirrors or small round craft mirrors, then something should come up. So you just want to trace around it until you make a circle shape. And then what you want to do is you just want to hollow out the inside of the circle with your scissors, so that way the mirror can fit inside it. So I'm just going to do that. So here's what it should look like once you've finished hollowing out the inside of the circle. And you don't want to make it too deep, just enough so that way the mirror can just fit inside it. And we're going to be gluing the mirror in later. And then once you've done that, next what you want to do is you want to take some black felt and you want to cut out 2 triangle shapes for the ears, like this. And make sure that they're both the same size, of course. And I cut mine at a slight angle so that way they're slightly more curved, if that makes sense. And then what you want to do is you also want to cut out a tail as well. And I don't really know how to describe the tail, it's kind of like a sausage shape. And you can draw them out first onto the felt and then cut them out, but I just cut mine out completely by hand. And also you do not have to make these parts out of felt, you can make them out of foam and then just paint them black if you want to. And then lastly what I did was I just took another piece of felt and I cut out a small rectangle strip like this. And this is what's going to keep both of the sponges together, so that way you can open it like this. And again, we're going to be gluing this bit on later. So now once you have all your pieces ready, we can finally start painting the squishy. So next what I did was I painted both of the sponges completely black, as you can see. And then what I did was I just painted on the face using my green, black, white and pink puffy paint. So I used green puffy paint and black puffy paint for the eyes, and then I just fixed up the eyes slightly just using a thin paintbrush. And then I just used some light pink puffy paint for the nose, and then my white puffy paint for the mouth. And then I just used my black puffy paint for the whiskers, but since they are also black it is kind of hard to see them. But I just painted on 3 whiskers on both sides of the face. And I'm just using these 2 images here as reference. And also this part is completely optional, but I decided to use glow-in-the-dark green puffy paint for the eyes because I really want the eyes to glow in the dark. I think it would look really cool. And I just placed the 2 sponges on top of each other so that way the face, you can see properly what the face looks like, because otherwise then it would just be split in half. So now moving on to the next step. So next what I did was I just used my light pink puffy paint to paint on 2 triangles in the centre of the ears. And again, if you've made the ears and the tail out of foam, then you can just paint them black first and then paint on the centre in the ears. And really you can use whatever colours you want for the centre of the ears. It doesn't have to be light pink. And also another thing I almost forgot to mention is you do not have to use green puffy paint for the eyes either. You can use whatever colours you want for the eyes. So now you just want to let everything completely dry and then we can move on to the next step. Once everything is completely dry, next what you want to do is you want to glue on the ears and the tail and the strip onto the squishy. So as you can see, I just glued the ears on the top of the squishy. And then I also glued on the strip at the back. Sorry if it's quite hard to see. But this part is important because this is what's going to keep the 2 pieces together, as you can see. And then what I did was I just glued the tail onto the bottom part of the squishy. And I'm just using my all-purpose glue for this. And I'm really happy with how it looks. So now the last step is you just want to glue the mirror on the inside of the squishy, just right here where we cut out the indent. And you just want to use some more strong glue for this. So I'm just going to do that. Here is what it looks like once I've finished gluing in the mirror. And again, I just used my all-purpose glue for this. And you just want to place some glue inside the circle indent that we cut out earlier. And then you just want to place the mirror inside and then press it down so that way it's secure. And then once you've done that, your squishy is finished. And I'm really pleased with how this turned out. And I really like how the eyes turned out. I think the eyes actually look pretty realistic. And also I did already take a picture of the eyes glowing in the dark since I used glow in the dark paint. And I had to take a picture instead because unfortunately it wasn't showing up when I was trying to film it. So I will insert the picture right now of the eyes glowing in the dark. So as you can see, the eyes do glow very brightly, which I'm really happy about. And again, using glow in the dark paint for the eyes is just completely optional. And also you can paint the eyes whatever colours you want, it doesn't have to be green. So for example, you can paint on yellow eyes instead, which would also look really cool. And I'm very happy with how this turned out. And it's not slow rising, but it is very soft. So yep, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always please feel free to request any more squishy tutorials you would like me to do in the comments below, because I am now going to be going back to just making regular squishy tutorials. And also I really hope you enjoyed these Halloween squishy tutorials, they were a lot of fun to do. So yep, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and happy Halloween. Bye bye.